Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nuno. My name is Johnny. And today's topic, the conversation I want to have today, is something that has been bubbling under my skin for a long time. And just yesterday, I was seeing Leech Games just talk about something similar, even though different. It's talking about how reviewers are not really many times representative of how you feel. And that just remind me of that thing. Even though it's a different topic, this is about previews, mainly on crowdfunding. It's still, that's what inspired me, that made me remember how much I hate those previews. And credit where credit is due, Leech Games is an awesome YouTube channel. It doesn't need my publicity. I have a micro channel, while his is much bigger, but it's like, from all the YouTubers I know, he's just the best at giving crowdfunding advice, and he's a guy that always tries to keep it real and make you avoid just wasting money on marketing. And anyway, let's just go into the video. So today we're talking about preview videos, mainly the ones on crowdfunding. You know the ones. Some big YouTuber gets a prototype of a game that's not out yet, and they do this nice, sometimes flashy video showing off the prototype. Showing off? You mean lovingly leaking it for 10 minutes straight while pretending to talk about gameplay? Now let me be clear right from the start, I'm not against sponsored content. I think YouTubers should make money. I want more people to make a living out of their work. So no, this isn't a boo capitalism video. But, and it's a big but, the issue is that most of those videos are opinion free. Which wouldn't be a big problem, except when those videos are the only thing available during a campaign, with no reviews, no discussions, no opinions. And when they are coming from YouTubers that are normally reviewing games, reviewers that people really know well, that people already associate with them, YouTubers that people already know how well they mesh with them, which games from their reviews they should buy or shouldn't. That kind of creates a weird thing on our human mind. Even if the YouTuber, the person doing the preview, is not in any way doing their opinions, either good or bad, they are just literally showing the game off, and they are not actively trying to convince you of anything, we still associate them with that. And the fact that they're doing it opinion free and there's no kind of negative feedback in our heads, even if we are really conscious of it, it still helps us remember that YouTuber that maybe we like or we mesh with their likings, we still kind of have that positive thing in our heads that will probably help us make a decision to buy that game, even when we are really conscious. And when we are not, then it's even worse. And here is the real problem. These videos are many times the default decision maker for a lot of people. To someone new or someone not fully aware, those videos, as I was saying, sometimes look like an endorsement, even if actively they are not. Because normally the video ends up being positive, even if opinion free, because it's enthusiastic, it's showing off something new. Generally the production is off the charts, but again, there's no real criticism. It's kind of not real. It's just vibes. And vibes don't tell me how a game plays. It's like reviewing a restaurant by showing a slow zoom in of the tablecloth. It's bullshit, man. So who's to blame? The publishers for probably not allowing criticism? The YouTubers for keeping the videos sterile? Or the viewers for not knowing any better? I can't exactly give you an answer. I would say that probably all of us. But I think the ones that are less to blame are YouTubers themselves. Again, this is not an easy place to make a living, and I'm talking specifically about the board game niche, and people deserve to get paid, they deserve to have a chance. And YouTubers many times, I would assume that most of them, and maybe there's a lot of bad examples, I don't really watch them or know them, so I just try to keep my head free of stupid negativity of people that are really fake. I guess they should be out there, I have no idea, but at least the ones that I know of, I don't believe they want to lie to you. I don't believe they want to do something criticism-free just to earn some money and maybe push some of you to buy a game that maybe they would not recommend. I'm sure they don't want to do that. But it's not like they have the power. It's not like this is a business where you have a lot of power and you can control how deals are made, or that you have so much work coming your way that you can just dictate terms to companies. It's probably not like that. The thing I know is that every time I see an interesting campaign and I scroll down to the video section, I will find another 10 minutes, sometimes 30 or an hour ad of a guy explaining the game and telling me that in this game I'll be fighting space cows and collecting crystals, and I'm left thinking, cool, but is it fun? And honestly, I get frustrated. And I don't even mean morally or ethically frustrated with the situation. I just mean selfishly. I hate wasting my time watching something that tells me nothing. No criticism, no emotion, no real thought, just rules explanation. It's like ordering a sandwich and getting a photo of a sandwich instead. I've already said this before in my reviews. Generally, when I watch a review, I tend to skip ahead of the how to play. Unless I really know the mechanisms that well and I really know games that are really similar, I'm not really interested in how the game looks and how the game plays. Because that generally won't tell me if I like the game or not. Real emotion, real playing, real experience is what will tell me that. So that's why I normally try to understand how a reviewer thinks, what he likes and dislikes, and try to go from his emotions. What in the game was good for him and what was not. The how to play is interesting, but most of the times, unless it's a type of game I really know really well, it doesn't really help me. And I'm sure many people might be different, it's just how I am. Unless it's a game and genre I know intimately, that how to play tells me nothing. You draw cards, then you play cards, and then you win. Revolutionary groundbreaking, man. That's how you play this game, go buy it. Instead, as I said, I care about the abstract stuff. Did the reviewer like it? Why or why not? Was it fun? What was frustrating about this game? How often does he actually want to play this? How easy is it to bring to the table? Does it feel exciting? Does it feel repetitive? Is the setup annoying? Is the price worth the experience? Those are the things that matter. And unfortunately, preview videos almost never touch on them. So here is the kicker. Sometimes these previews indirectly mislead people into thinking that the game has been reviewed, especially sometime after the fact, when memories start to wind down and you just remember you saw this guy talking about this game. It's not intentional, but still the line gets blurred. You see a polished video, you see excitement, you assume, okay, that must be good. It might be even unconscious, but it happens. And it's not always the case. Very rarely is it the case. Many times the game turns out to be mediocre, bad, but the public never knew, because all they had was pre-release commercials. And yes, I know that all games can get reviews before they are released, but it also seems to me like the norm is that publishers don't want reviews before the game comes out, especially if it's a crowdfunded game. They want people to be completely blind, taken by marketing, and to buy those games. I honestly believe that if more games had reviews before, and if publishers accept that as part of the deal, and just made it this way, and sponsored content for reviews, and let those reviews be truthful, I'm sure we'd not only have a lot of better games, but I actually think they would sell more games. We'll still have people that will just go off the marketing and the idea of the game and just blindly buy it. But for example, I would back a lot more games if they had reviews. Because all of us, crowdfunding aside, which is not the main thing on board games, it's becoming bigger and bigger, but it's not the main thing. It's not how we have been buying board games for the last 20 years. Games get reviewed and we still buy them. Because we're not looking for perfection. We're looking for insight. So, I guess this is just a ramble of me on something that frustrates me and I think I would like to see done differently and that I really think would help the industry, would help publishers, would help buyers. And maybe it wouldn't help some publishers that just want to sell a game without knowing firsthand if it's good or not. I just don't care. But I'm certain it would help us have better games. Publishers would be more concerned. We'd have a better game right off the start. So that just means I really wish that content creators would have more freedom in previews or just get sponsored for reviews and not critics. And yeah, they don't have to be super bad to a game, nitpicky. They just have to be real. Tell us what's good, tell us what's bad, and yeah, I know this is just a fever dream, but yeah, that's how I feel. You can say component quality is bad without summoning the spirit of bankruptcy, Karen. Jesus. Because I think people want honesty. I know I do. And the more we normalize that balance, the more that we can move away from hype cycles and closer to genuine conversations about games. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. And I want to hear from you. Are you someone that's fine with just watching gameplay previews and making decisions based on that? Does that work well for you? And if it does it work well for you with genres that you know intimately? Like maybe you play a lot of dungeon crawlers. So maybe when you watch a gameplay of a dungeon crawlers, you can instantly tell how it's good, how it's bad for you. Maybe you know that genre intimately. But does it work when the game is something new? Something that is just a new combination of mechanisms, something that you haven't really tried before? Does it also work there? Or do you end up making sometimes bad buys? Because I know this is kind of personal to me in the way that I pick my games for buying. I know probably a lot of people are maybe the exact opposite, so I'm interested in knowing that if there's a consensus on that or if not. Because if you're like me and you go off of reviews, you really need to understand the reviewer, their taste, their feelings, before you ever understand if there's some kind of interest from you in that game. So let me know in the comments below. As always, like and comment, subscribe, and play more games and stay awesome. And stop watching cardboard commercials! This guy's the journalism! Next!